Hey everybody, we had a wonderful opportunity because we were invited to an event this past weekend where,
Yeah, we were at Badger State Brewing Company, and we actually got invited to the Regional Championship Qualifying matches for Magic the Gathering. The winner of that match will get a ticket to Texas for the Regional Championships.
it was fun to watch. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, these guys play in a completely different way than we do on the show, a completely different format, so we just wanted to cover some of that for you guys, let you see what it's like on the more competitive side of Magic the Gathering. So,
Let's take a look at it.
yeah, let's take a look. Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm here with KJ, it's Earl here. We're at Badger State Brewing, and we have the RCQ, the Regional Championship Qualifiers for Magic the Gathering. We're gonna go back to their brew house and take a look at the setup. We're gonna see how these guys are doing, kind of what comprises this game, what we're doing to actually find our winners, and this thing is put together by Gnome Games, and we're here at Badger State.
Is somebody going to Texas?
Yeah, the winner of this thing gets to go to Texas for the regional championships. It's a pretty big prize, but they also have some really cool foils for the top 8 winners, and then they also have a top 8
fantastic. Go ahead.
gets one of the very sought after pins.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I got to meet everybody here and we had a little chit chat with them before they started. First off, let's take a look at the pre-release games.
Yeah, so in this format, it's a 40 card minimum. You open your pre-release pack, and then whatever cards you get in there, you make a deck out of. You have a certain time limit to make your deck. You can have up to 6, 7, 8 of the same uncommons or commons in the set, which is a little weird, but at the same time, sometimes that's all you're going to pull out of those pre-release, so that's what you have to use.
Right.
So the rules are a little bit different. The games are a lot faster. Let's take a look at TJ. He actually played a lot of these games. He did really good throughout this whole qualifying event. But let's take a look at this game and see how TJ did.
Draw card lives on mine, my flipper. So I'm gonna flipper this and you. Okay, sure. Attack.
No blocks.
Alright, take 2.
Yeah, I don't want to lose any of my stuff right now. No thanks.
Come on.
No thank you.
Yeah. Double strike and toxic 1.
Okay, that's the real deal. All right. Sure.
Let's go with this. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean,
Just in case the corruption matters.
What am I at? I have you at 8. No, you're at 19. And I'll give you another poison.
yes. What should I do?
You get 2 poison. What are you at? Should attack toxic 1 for sure.
I'm gonna.
Attack right into that dude.
Huh?
Attack right into the dude you just blocked.
Dude. Yeah. You can pump him anytime, though? What do you need to do to pump him?
It depends on what I got in my hand. I would need to cast a spell on it. I
Oh,
can't pump him anytime. No. When it comes into play,
I see.
something
Yes, I
works.
do. I see. Okay. Well, I'm gonna equip this guy with the infested flesh cutter. So now it's a 3/4. Okay. I'm gonna attack. Attack, so I get it. This guy has menace.
he doesn't have to do damage, he just has to attack.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know.
No, you're right. You might be right. Yeah, let's double check. No, when he attacks, yeah. Ooh, fire!
And he's a, what is he now?
He's a 3/4, and he creates a might every time I attack.
I'm gonna give this guy. Oh, this guy +2/+2.
Okay,
And he'll block.
you're gonna block him there.
I'll block him there.
Okay,
So I'm a 4/4, and I'll take 2 damage and 2
damage, 2 poisons.
Yep.
This is gonna.
Am I really down to 10 already?
No.
We haven't done damage yet. Okay. Down to 17. There we go. It's like, where did that damage happen? Can you change him, Diane?
Can I do anything to stop it?
Yeah. He's a 4/4.
No. But you're gonna get your guy back.
I get my fine dude back. Or again, just play. I'm gonna make this guy bigger. For what it matters. Till the end of turn. But that doesn't happen until after combat. Nothing's that guy still hits me for.
So this guy he's big now.
Oh, and he hit me for 2?
You hit him for 2.
Yes, he's a 4/4 now. 4/4 vigilance. And he's taking 3
I'm
damage
gonna
this turn.
annihilate and glare that guy by sacrificing my might.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of that guy. I don't like that. But I am wide open for the next turn, so go ahead.
Alright.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh sure. Oh sure. But I do have my Toxic 2 Menacer that I can do it.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I do not. Oh, he's got menace.
He's got Menace, yeah.
I don't like that. Do not like
I
that.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I bet.
That's what I got. That's what I'm working with, you guys.
3 cards.
Tree.
He's sort of gonna attack you.
Yeah, you're gonna attack me, eh? For how much?
5. 2 in the air, 3 on the ground.
5 Toxic 3.
Toxic 2, toxic 1. Yep.
3 Toxic counters, okay. Post combat anything?
That's it. You can go.
Okay. Well then, this may be a race to who dies to poison counters first. You might have me. I don't know. We'll find out.
I'll double block. Get 4 damage.
I'm gonna equip this. I'm gonna get you for 4. Create a might.
Toxic 2.
Toxic 2, so you're at 4. I create a might. Post combat, I'm gonna create a bladed ambassador. He gets an oil counter on him, and I can pay 1 to make him indestructible. 3/1.
Very nice.
Okay. And it's your turn. Three poisons to 4 poisons. Ooh. Shiesty. Shiesty stuff going on here. A lot of infected people in this room today. Right?
It seems like this said infected magic.
It sure did. It makes it kind of silly. The power creep is high, and then on top of that, you add an infect, which is like, okay, 10 poisons and you're dead. On top of like, okay, we got Atraxa, we have Thorn, we have Mondrak, we have Obliterator, we have Vindicator, we have Skrelv and Skrelv's Hive. It's brutal, but it's fun. 7.
Jeez. Alright. Go ahead.
Pass.
Pass.
Okay. Well, you got your blockers. That's good, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Sorry.
Do I not have my blockers?
This guy. Do a whole lot of zero. I'm going to swing with the team here. So we got the Might, the Bladed Ambassador, and the Menace. Toxic 2, 4/4. So I get a Might. Oh, let's do this Might. This little dirty looking Might.
And I'll block your Menace, your Ambassador.
Okay, I will pay 1 to make him indestructible and remove this counter.
Okay. I will die.
4/5.
I take 3.
3 toxic and
Or does this give self one? He's got also attack.
he's got +2/+0, and then I get a Might when he attacks. So 5 damage, 3 toxic.
Attack.
Post combat, I'm gonna play my Leonin Warbringer. He's a 3/2 Ward 2. If I equip him, he gets +1/+1.
Alright. No, you win.
Ah,
Needed
okay.
a land.
Oh,
One
man. That would have been dirty.
Oh, the one land that's coming up is tapped.
That would have been dirty. That would have been dirty.
That would be the only. That's the
That's
only thing.
I mean, that's the
gonna
only
win.
board wipe in the set that I can think of. Well, hey, good games.
Oh, that's a good one. Otherwise,
I mean,
Is that the board wiper? You got to count counters?
yeah, and then he
Yeah.
gains life. So
yep.
if he would have got to it, that would have been really.
I
really
had
nasty
too
for
much.
me.
It had to be this turn. I get too many. You start if you got anything that proliferates,
I mean,
I'm gonna
proliferate.
die.
Yeah, poison.
Yeah.
Poison gets out of hand real quick. Mikey got me. We had pretty similar decks. He got mana screwed game 1. I got mana screwed game 2. Game 3 was very close. We each had like 5+ poison counters.
Yeah, at the end it was like we were about halfway to dead on poison, but ultimately I was able to keep pushing through a few more threats than Tom was able to, and I got there in the third.
Yeah, I was drawing lands and he was drawing creatures, and that was the difference. But
Yeah, it was. But good luck in the next round,
good game, homie.
and I'll
See you in the top 8, baby.
Still expect to see you in the top 8.
That's right.
Question, so what do these guys win when they make it? Do they win the dog collar?
Okay, so once they win the pre-release
Yeah.
draft, they're going to go to a draft table, the top 8. Now these 8 guys are all going to get a pin that says top 8 on it, so the other Magic the Gathering players know they're good. The top player is going to get the pin, a lanyard with Phyrexian writing on it, and a ticket to Dallas, Texas for the Regional Championships.
I kept asking everybody who was going to take me with them, but, nobody would answer.
And then the top 8 also get a foil thing in the ice promo. Let's take a look at those prizes. We went ahead and got you some video of those also. I just wanted to show you what these guys can win here. We are at the Regional Championship Qualifying Round at Badger State Brewing with Gnome Games. And I want to show you the prizes that these guys are going to win. If you're in the top 1 for each day, which is today and tomorrow, you get this. It's a Phyrexian writing lanyard that you cannot read unless you have the, what do you call it? The key? The log?
The decoder ring.
You get the ticket for the championships, and you get a pass to go to Texas for their regional championships. This is the top prize. This is what everybody's after. But if you're in the top 8, you still get this really sweet Magic the Gathering pin for top 8. And you're also going to get this thing in the ice promo card that is just amazing. Look at that shine on that puppy. Wow. Hey.
So here's our top 8 players for day 1. We did have a few players on day 2 that didn't want to be on camera, but we're going to give you a little idea of what it looks like.
Yeah, the draft table is going to all be set up as 8 players, and they're going to pick from their thing. Actually, we have a professional explaining exactly how this draft works. Let's take a look at Stone Rain Dan and see how he explains it.
Everybody have 3 boosters.
Is there anybody who has never drafted before?
I always do it.
So you'll be going, so you'll be taking one card and passing everything else to your left. And if you've all drafted before, you know what it's going to do. You're going to build it, go through each until you have use everything. After each one, we're going to take just a quick minute so you review your cards. Please do not leave more than one pile of cards between you at a time. We do not want to get this mixed up.
So don't drop.
Okay.
Yeah. Have one pack. Second pack will then go to the right, and the third pack will go to the left again. Left, right, left. Any questions?
Nope.
Please,
Right here, cards that you drafted.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Just so you make sure you see what you've done. Yes.
right. Remember that, please, after each pack, let's count to make sure we
Yes.
got the
We're going
correct.
to go over them.
Just
We're going
please.
to check them, make sure we have the right number. We do not want it. It gets ugly if you start
No.
getting it. All right. Cool. All right. So let's open our first pack. And once again, leave the land card in.
Token,
take out
leave the land
tip
in.
Or token.
So leave the basic?
No, leave the land in. No,
yeah,
leave, no.
leave the-
I'm saying, sorry, I misunderstood you. Leave the land in there because they're not all basics. There are some you did another one. I hesitate to call them.
And please do not let more than one stack of cards to be passed in between each of you. So don't pass another set if your opponent, your player next to you has not selected their card.
All right, everybody, this is the top 8. These guys all got their pins today. And one of these lucky guys is going to be going to Texas.
Oh, that place sucks, really?
It's a big place. There's a lot of decent.
Okay, one thing I really want to know is how these formats are different from Casual Commander.
Well, our very own Gus Gustafsson was one of our judges at this event. So we're going to ask him exactly what the difference is between these pre-release packs, the drafts, and Commander.
All right, very good. Let's go see what he has to say.
This is all put on by Gnome Games right here at Badger State. Let's get a word from one of our other players that's actually judging this show today.
Is that Gus?
Yeah, that's Gus.
Let's Gus. Let's go see Gus.
We do have Gus from the show over here judging today. Let's get a word from Gus and just see how he's doing. Is he even able to? Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good, yourself?
Can you tell the people at home what it takes to actually win this and get that pin, get the ticket to go to Texas? How does this set up?
Sure. Well, a lot of it's just depending on the format. This is sealed, so just kind of knowing what's in the set helps out a lot. But it's all what you pull for a lot of this. That's what you get to build your deck, and just knowing how to pilot the deck is the best way.
Okay, so I'm just starting to understand this. We're working with a sealed deck competition, and you're going to the end round with 8 people, correct?
Right.
Okay, so can you explain to me a little bit better how that works?
So, in a sealed competitive event, you build your deck out of that sealed pool like they did. They did that earlier. We're at the end of round 1 or pretty close to it. We'll play 4 rounds, so everybody gets a chance to play against 4 different people, and then the top 8 records will go on to a top 8 draft.
Okay.
And what that draft is they put all the cards away that they had so far,
Right.
and then we'll go into the draft process where everybody gets 3 booster packs, and we will build, or the players will build decks out of everybody's booster.
Oh,
so you'll
cool.
open up a pack, you will choose 1 card out of your pack in the draft, and then you'll give me the 14 remaining cards, and then I'll choose one, and it'll go around the table like that.
Okay.
We'll do the first pack to the right, left, right. And then we'll build a 40-card deck out of those cards,
Okay.
and that's what we'll play the final single elimination matches with. So
Oh, very cool. Getting a little dangerous here.
it's getting a little dangerous. We're winding down round 1. The players are already starting to figure out what each other's have, so there's
Right.
going to be some strategy. The big thing now, what we'll see is the sideboarding, because you built your deck, but now the guy across the table has something really good that takes your deck out. Well, you've got the other cards in your card pool to deal with that. So you aren't stuck with that same 40 card deck all day.
Right.
To begin each match, you have to have it, but then for the other 2 games in the match, because it's best of 3, you get to alter your deck. So there's a lot of strategy in what do I put in, what do I take out. So it's not a static type event.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So with Commander, we have 99 cards. All of them have to be different except for the basic lands. And we have 1 Commander card, and that card can be played continuously. If it dies, it goes back to the command zone and you can play it again. So that's your 1 special card out of the match. So as you can tell by the video, these are completely different formats. A game of Commander could take a half an hour to an hour and a half, and these competitive games generally last less than 10 minutes apiece.
Really?
So,
Okay, good to know.
so these guys are fast, and this is tense. There's nothing relaxed or casual about these formats.
Well, they're playing for Texas, man.
Yeah, it's got to be competitive if you win a trip to Texas.
That's right, Lone Star State, baby. You know, I heard they have a lot of snakes in Texas. It could be a really creative game.
Yep. There ain't no snakes in Texas, KJ.
I don't know. I've never been to Texas. That's why I'm trying to get the winner to take me in their suitcase or just along for the ride. I'm just asking, you know.
Have you ever been to Texas?
No.
There are no snakes in
There's
Texas.
wild boars. Pigs. There's wild
No.
pigs. Steaks. Ribeyes.
Lots and lots of cows with horns.
But you can eat them, right?
And desert.
Oh, that doesn't sound fun.
Cac-
Well, actually, if
cactuses.
you're playing the game.
Do you guys have cactuses in Texas?
We don't know what we're talking about, but we're glad you came to this today.
So this event at Badger State Brewing Company is actually a regional qualifying event.
So this is the big leagues now.
Yeah, this will qualify you to go all the way to Dallas, Texas and play games to get into the next level of this championship. And it's all to find out who the best of the best is. The top 8 today are going to get some great prizes.
Right.
It is a very competitive environment. These games are not going to last an hour like our games last.
Right.
They are going to last 10 minutes tops.
Oh, that's
And
like
then-
speed rounds.
And then somebody is knocked out. Yeah, and most of the games are the best 2 out of 3 just to avoid somebody getting, mana screwed or not being able to get their cards out. But in a 2 to 3 elimination, the top 8, they're gonna change formats to a format called draft.
Ooh.
And they're going to open a box, and it's going to be even more randomized for those top 8 to decide who the actual winner is.
I like that because, then nobody can build a deck, right? And then you're just kind of starting out, being a new person in this gaming.
Yeah, we saw a lot of really great players that just were down on their luck on that draft or on that pre-release kit.
Right.
So, it really doesn't matter how good you are
Right.
if you only get cards that aren't good to play with.
That's actually really nice to hear. So everybody's at an even scale for
It-
starting out.
It keeps it very balanced
Right.
throughout the entire event.
Okay, so when they're done now, you have one person that's going to be going to Texas, correct?
For
Yeah.
each day, we have one on Saturday going.
Okay.
That ended up being Brian H. And we had one on Sunday that ended up going, and his name is Chris.
Okay.
And both good guys. We have great games that we've recorded from them. Let's take a look at the deciding battle that made them the winner for the day, and then get a word from each of those guys just to see kind of what their strategy was.
I think that sounds great. Let's go take a look.
And the red kid is usually based off of your young looks, not necessarily.
Oh no,
Hi.
nice
We got
young
boyish
man with great complexion, by the
I
way.
mean, you see who you're surrounded by, right? The Mitchell people.
And some beanie boomers over here.
No, this has been really fast. The first 2 games were 9 minutes together.
This set can be extremely fast.
Is this like rapid fire? Like somebody's out for?
These 2 have been friends since they were little kids.
I know. It's these 3.
Oh, not the one drop. Oh, no. Wow,
It's like,
one
we
drop.
gotta get the D10 out.
Oh,
This guy, he's gonna be
I'm
too
sure he
late.
mulliganed into a 2 drop. Oh,
program.
Oh no.
Yeah, he told me. It's awesome. These kids are, he's not playing forever. These three are just.
Me at 20, you at 19.
It's funny that they're in the
bar back.
playoffs together.
It's cool. We've got
adorable.
families that have grown up. I remember living in that
And there's a niche that you can.
We got this.
We've had people stop on the way
All
from
the hurt.
home to the hospital with their babies to show their babies.
Oh my god. That's see, that's when you know you've done it.
I got this in the letter, the
Yeah.
mail day before yesterday.
He's pitching advertising towards me. And you guys.
We got this from, we know who it is, but he sent it anonymously.
I've seen. Go.
Go ahead and turn it.
Oh my god.
Time to commence the round. I'm going to use one on this one to represent the goblin. This is 1/1. And use a 2 on this one to represent the soldier. And then attack for 6. You got it. Spell. Keep your guy around.
Oh. That's gotta get you.
Oh, blocks.
There you go.
Then I got this. That's my turn. Wingman. End step. I don't know. It's mountain. So we got 3/2. We got a 2/2. That kind of stuff. Okay, 9. So with attack all. But get something. Don't worry about it. So take 3. 6, trade. All I got. Everything you see is what you get here. It is a lot.
Wow, that was 3 games in under 20 minutes. You guys should get an award just for that.
Oh, seriously? Did you win?
I was going to say there was a lot of counters on this.
So yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I didn't expect to win when I came here because I haven't played the paper tournament in 5 years, but I play a lot online, so I was really comfortable with the cards and the format. Just thought maybe my nerves would get to me or something like that, but it was really nice playing a friend in the finals because you could probably tell from the way we were playing. We're pretty no nerves between us, you know. It was fun.
It was a pretty gentleman match there.
He's over here burning you out of all of his family pictures.
Yeah, you know, it's like neither of us are here to try to like get one up on the other. Neither of us are gonna like try to call either one out on some minor detail. So yeah, it was fun.
So you're looking forward to Texas. Do you know how you're getting there?
No, I would probably guess by plane, but I'll have to figure that one out. I got 2 young ones at home, so hopefully we'll figure that out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going, and I don't even know what format it is. I don't know if they've announced that yet.
That's what I would imagine, but I couldn't find any official thing that's
I think this next season is Pioneer, or this, the June season.
Well, I'm hoping, you know, even after I beat Connor, he'll test with me for Pioneer, so. And that he's, yeah.
Wow, amazing job, man. Congratulations.
Wait, what? Okay, yes.
This is the final battle of the RCQ tournament at Gnome Games. These are the 2 best decks, or best luck polls, or however you want to, best skill, however you want to look at it. These guys made it to the top.
We can call it a skill check.
Go.
I'm down with that.
Oh, yeah.
Go.
Pass.
Trigger.
With the beer balls. Hey, that's not really
Cards.
Go.
Alright, Pat. Now explain to me. What do you consider?
This guy do nothing.
I consider a power level
Trigger?
5, a power level 4,
Send for
like
5,
a
trigger?
commander precon coming right out of the set. Unless you're talking about like Necrons, and that's probably a 5 or 6.
Okay. So what's a 7?
A 7 would be you took every shit card out of that precon and added in a decent card in its place. An 8 would be like if every card in there was a decent, like high efficiency card. That would be going up to 8. Now, if every card in your deck is a mythic like Moldraka, or if it's a deck that's just going to continuously beat style people.
Dude, this is a really hard deck to play.
To do anything.
Like absurdly
then
difficult.
That's a 9. If you're, but the biggest thing isn't that. It's just the space between the power levels.
No, I'm talking like this.
But I can't determine what Zoltan's going to bring to the show. What you're going to bring to the show. He can tell me, oh, I got a Zot deck, or what's this and this. And you can tell me, well,
Take
I got a
Dom.
Snacko deck.
Hey, so take 2.
Take 2 and then poison.
No, actually, I got
But I'm not good enough.
this card for
I'm not good enough to say, like,
Sure.
hey,
Take 4.
I don't know.
Yeah, we usually leave that determination of fairness up to
The game itself.
the judges.
Well, no, we definitely, I mean, if I can see starting off with one guy's and nobody ever gets ahead the whole game, it's just one guy, one guy.
Well, if 4 turns in and one guy still has no mana, you're like, okay, we gotta,
Well, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't know why you look like you're thinking something.
Has and gains aren't the same thing. So like it's technically linked to this, but because it's still equipped, it's still signifying that it has it. I just wanted to make sure it was the same type of wording from the draw
If
card.
you've got
It
2
is.
lands, some people will go with that. You should. I'd take all 5
Daddy's
of your
turn.
cards and put them down and see if I can get another 2 just to get a good, make
see,
sure I
the
got
very
it.
first game, I'm used to, you get 1 free ditch, roll, and that's where you're at. So the first game, we did that, and I still didn't have any mana. He was like, no. Reshuffle your deck, let's just draw again. Because I didn't want to do that, because I didn't want to feel like I was cheating, you know, by having to keep redrawing my mana. He's like, no.
Because we're videotaping,
Right.
you need to start
Too
over.
okay.
That's way too good for
Right.
Magic.
At least start your hand with 3 lands. Just go
when you have a tournament where they get play orange, you have a fan. Yeah, so for instance, now TJ was considered now Edie has the out of deck.
Not even being played anymore.
But it took Edie until turn 6 to get his
Snapcaster
third out.
Mage. This is for next season's RSQ. So this one's like the Gideon Allies and the Car River.
And he put
Yeah,
another one out,
apparently
and now
this
they've got
is
Vision Center.
design for the
And then he put another one out, and now they've got live tickets.
It looks like if you another
With
card
the next one out, so now he's got 10 inches. Yep. All flying into
Finally got a
the
decent
numbers,
card.
straight life, like cool. And TJ's like,
I do
he's been building it
Yeah,
up to it. I mean, those are very casual.
I have to go with one now.
I'll be getting those a week
So I
going down to Chicago Friday. Going Friday afternoon, Friday
I'm gonna
right
give
after
this
conference that night. Friday.
Two plus two on vigilance.
2 days for
Smash trigger from this guy.
Same dude. I don't get weekends off.
This is 4-6 and this is 5.
Yeah, this week it's. Was it you
A demand block.
No, who was that that was asking me of the judge foil we were looking for? Or something.
And he's like, can you really do that?
They said it was
Dude, that was not
really.
actually.
I don't even.
I am Malakir. That's massive. Massive.
But it's when there's one card that's doing that for you.
Alright, yeah. 9 from this one.
That's maybe pushing.
Oh,
You're a man.
could be.
You're a bigger man than I.
I think so.
This is Judge gift cards.
Or like, you see it coming. Yeah, or like, when he's like, cool.
Retro foil painter servant, rhinestone,
Yep.
lattice,
Yep.
retro fitter foundry, and sword of war piece. Now these are the judge foils the judge is going to get. The gift of Judge Academy, yeah.
Like that's like.
It's cool. It's not painter servant by
I was
itself.
gonna say, I don't think it doesn't.
No blocks.
Yeah.
Winning you the game. Sure.
Yeah, there it is.
I got a 14 and 3 poisons.
It should be getting those three right there.
Cards
It's quarter
deal you
one.
damage at game life. That's all it really does.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Then that's fine. But at the same time, if you can do it continuous forever, that's bad. But at the same, yeah,
Thorns
well,
and Peace.
at the,
That's the other thing. It's like
goes to
people
the
don't
graveyard.
play.
Oh, and then there's like that.
right now.
Painter servant.
Yeah, but at
Normal version?
Yeah, non-foil.
Oh, nice.
75, yeah.
What's the Judge promo going to be?
Right now they've been selling for 125 because the
Really?
Masterpiece one exists, so it's kind of putting the top end on it. Yep.
And the Microsynth lattice.
He is.
And the sort of war and peace.
But I'm not.
That is pre-sale right now,
$65.
And I mean, I don't.
And it's fine, but then
Seems good.
Actually, these are $100.
+1/+1 vigilance.
So what? $200, $300. Bad, not bad.
So looking at
This is the same price now.
look like
Yeah, what?
kicking around a bunch of toddlers.
I was spending 4 hours listening to
Oh, yeah.
people talk about playing the cards.
block.
But
Those
then-
other two don't, these don't actually,
It just
even
is
at
what
post price, they don't have anything in the stock TCG yet.
They keep it in war and peace. Huh?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And this technically triggers for me to discard draw.
It's going to be that one.
We should be like, hey, I
That is
told
the
you guys we're
last
only
sword.
remembering half my
All of the
triggers.
newest ones.
Yeah.
That was plastic cycle.
And even in the game, like I missed the trigger and the following turn, I
Deals
even called
damage
myself out. I'm like,
equal to the
I'm
number
pretty
of
sure
cards
there's a bunch of
in
people
my
yelling at me.
hand. They're in their
I
hand.
last turn, I forgot this.
And I gain a life each card in my hand.
Sudden impact then.
I mean, what do you
I
do?
forgot what the white card
You know,
is that
when
you can gain like cards in
When
your
there's like 25 triggers on the board that you're staring at, sometimes you miss one.
Retro fitter.
Yeah, retro fenders are really special.
Gonna send me to a second Chinese run
Inspiration cards from
Wednesday.
the commander decks.
Like, you've
Highly
already got me
playable,
at
like,
4
you
different
can get it
places
versus
on
other.
it. Doesn't
3
matter
to
if it's another
untap it.
Chinese restaurant, it's just another
2
restaurant.
tap it to create a
It matters
servo.
to me.
Untap it the second servo to create a thopter.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And with the second thopter to create a 4/4 colorless dude.
You play on the
They
cards
sent
that
me
just
home
make
with
copies.
Yep.
It's just a one
20 pounds of
Then you boom, then you had 3 to untap it, do it again.
Yes.
And that I would.
Yeah,
but,
that is
once
kinda
you actually
cool.
start
but I
playing
didn't get
Japan,
to eat any of it. I put it in my fridge.
Kinda like a little staff
I went to do
adaptation.
my diet
Yeah.
down. I come back.
That is kind of cool.
Staff works.
Like they're like there was little beads on there. What was that? I'm like, caviar.
Double fisted.
Do they put that on the sushi? No, he put it on mine, especially because he likes me. Like, and you guys ate it all on
You're taking that one too?
Caviar is like $100 an hour.
I'm getting picked up today.
But yeah, my kids were like, they were like,
I'll kill you on this
crunchy
5.
balls
On this
Like,
on this
I'm
mold
getting
of 5.
fish eggs, and they're all like, "Woo."
Like a boss.
Dude, I'm stuck on fucking.
You know, multipliers are
Excuse
scary for
sorry.
me.
Sorry.
Right?
Well,
They claim their dad is so rich. If you're so rich, then you
have
eat
three
caviar.
at least I can get a
Apparently he's
card
not
back
that
over
rich
here.
because
I'll
the
make
only
it
caviar you get is from the poor step.
My turn?
Equip
So
it.
the next time you call, they try claiming you're poor. Just say that. Be like, yeah, how many times has your dad bought me caviar? Oh, that's what I thought.
Stop
I
playing.
got one kid
Just
that
draw land.
Trigger. And I can't target this, so I don't
Yeah, I
target
heard
this.
about that.
Oh my gosh. He stole his dad's credit card. Racked up
Trigger.
some money.
Put
got
it on
in trouble
ticker.
for it. And because he was in
Five.
trouble, he was so mad that he went
True.
and racked up another.
Send.
He said it was probably like $450. And he bought the whole floor of his hotel room.
That's fine. Yeah, you got this.
McDonald's.
At least it was McDonald's. Jeez.
It's still like,
Well, yeah. It could have been a lot worse.
I didn't draw. I need to draw that. I draw that. I win.
Well, I don't multiply by one.
It's a good way to quadruple your card.
It's fair.
I needed a second green the whole game.
Yeah.
A Jonas
Second green. I
Yeah,
played
I've
2
already
spells a
got-
turn.
I've already got 3 people
Everything in my
that
hand
wanna
was
play their
green.
Jodas, and I'm like,
Skill issues.
if
Skill
Joda
check.
wasn't such a
Just like
liar,
me mulling the
okay,
5, skill issue.
Here's why Joda's a freaking liar. It says 5-5.
It's still dope though.
Card,
That 5 was
but you
made
play
top
him and
eight
it
and
counts
then
as
we made
stuff, so
top
he's really a 6-6. So he's not even 5-5. So that's just like deceiving to begin with.
5 of us make top 8, we all lose round
They could have at
1.
least wrote 6-6 and he doesn't
And then
count.
you lose round 2.
But no, they want to make it.
It was a fast.
Are you going first or second?
Done.
I've never thought about it that way, that Joda's a liar.
There you go. I just paid my dues.
Nice.
Don't
Mine's
have to
not
worry
due till
about it.
June.
Mine's not due.
I
It wasn't
can't.
due till May 4th.
Go.
May the 4th
Mine-
be with you.
Yeah, mine's automatic, so.
Yeah.
Go.
I just don't want to forget it again. I
Oh,
figured
I
I'd do
got
it
you.
now.
I'll
I'm
definitely
thinking
check
about it.
before.
Is it like other registrations where if you forget it, then you got to restart?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. I started over right back to rules advisor.
That's unblockable.
I had to requalify for L1, but they didn't make me get an endorsement for L1. Then I went and then I just went forward
Requiring
to
the guy
L2.
who's endorsed how many people to
Yeah.
get an endorsement?
Yeah, right. Then I had to get, then I got endorsed from a friend of mine for L2. Then I got Roberson 2 days later. I got him a month later.
Yeah. No, I know all about that. There's a few certifications that I had. I worked for the railroad, and yeah, it was. I never, but we had a coworker who did. He forgot to recertify, and he was taken off the job for almost 2 months because he had to go through the whole course again.
Just 17.
Which sucks for the rest of us because we weren't allowed to hire somebody else. We had to do it one man short. Doesn't help anybody.
Nope.
Like, just let him pay for it. You know he's still good. He's been working here for a decade.
Then trigger
That's
trigger.
sad.
That's because the federal government controls the railroad, so there's federal stuff. You know.
Yep.
So Pat didn't say Joda by Joda.
No, I heard him say there's a bunch of people who want to play it, but the problem is Joda's a liar.
That's all I heard. That's all I heard. I didn't hear like since he's a liar. Then,
Go ahead.
No, I mean, Joda alone is not broken. It's just annoying.
Joda's the only broken part about that deck.
Oh, that's my brother's Super Friends deck, so.
Joda alone is not broken. I mean, you need mana.
He has every like special art in that deck first.
Well, you guys are going to make it to a point where we're going to have to say all commanders are vanilla from here on out.
Well, what's the point of Commander? I'd rather play Canadian
I
Highlander.
know, right? Canadian Highlander.
I like it.
Starting next year, the new series will be MTG Casual Pauper Commander.
Yeah, pretty much.
There is no energy in April. That's why I didn't put in for
We're going
one.
to start out with
It goes right from the end of March to the beginning of May. So there's none in April.
No, because the pre-release. The Marching Machines comes out.
what's the name of the bear?
Well, they had to
again?
take a break for my birthday in
the bear.
April.
Oh, sure.
Wilson.
Thank
Unc just
you.
did his job.
I
Time walk
have
on
a
this.
Wilson
Do it all.
Pauper deck in the making.
There you go.
He's a green.
Best
white
3-mana
deck.
blue card ever.
Very unusual, and it's going to be hilarious. Because everything in the deck is. I think I have
I got
like
like
10
fourth
uncommons in the deck. Otherwise, everything in the deck is common so far.
Pretty good.
So we'll have when we play a more red deck with all these damage triplers and doublers, and it kills people with
my turn.
blast attack.
If I wasn't in the
It kills
game,
people with blast attack.
I mean, well, that's a convoluted combo.
I know, it takes like 10, 5 cards or so.
I mean, that's different. Like, 5-card
But
win,
someone's
5-card
gonna
win
say,
scenarios are
Just
different.
deal 100 damage at once, is that okay?
Yeah,
It's no
but-
different. That's the one from Armington Station.
I think 5-card win scenarios are harder because you have to have a lot more things in your favor. Not like a 2 or 3-card win scenario. You know?
No, I get it.
You got a
Can I play
So-
Fastest Oracle?
You ask me these things without me seeing what you're going to do with Bass's Oracle first.
Oh, what do you mean? It's nothing infinite. I can tell you that much.
I promise.
It's like,
You guys on blood, please?
Yeah, this is very
you know
fun,
the
right?
card that's coming out in the next set that's like an 18-6 or something? In March of
Oh,
Machines.
Yargle?
Yargle and something else.
Multani, yeah.
Yeah, Multani.
Yeah.
Like, that thing is so...
I'll redeem myself
You
as square.
you play it for 6 mana and you can fling it. You can...
That'd be
I mean-
red though. The fling.
Oh yeah, I guess as your commander it wouldn't
+2
work.
visions.
Yeah, that'll be too many.
Wait,
That's
you're white.
Smash,
Green,
5,
white,
6.
Yeah,
No,
green,
but
white,
you're
red.
on the white team.
Red.
Oh, red team.
Yeah, he needs the red in there.
5/6.
Yeah.
But I can't have him as
my
my commander
God.
because he's not red.
Oh, I
Black,
thought he
bro.
was the
Come
red
on.
flank. Sorry.
No, he's I think green and black.
But there's so many other things you can do with. You give it
Six,
effect.
toxic
Like,
Oh yeah,
holy
I
crap.
mean there's so much you can do.
That's so
2P.
silly.
Hey, first
But-
poison.
No, I hope that none of you try to play with
It's
it.
not like 20 impacts has ever killed anybody in one
I don't know.
Yes.
Slimefoot.
Not in your games, maybe.
Cartoon Alter, Siege King Commander, and the Queen Slimefoot becomes a combo.
It's 2 game 1.
That's
No,
the card.
game
So-
two.
I got game one already.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
He wrecked me.
It's okay.
More than 2.
Top that guy down.
No, I should get.
commoner. Uncommon.
I should
You
go
don't have
talk to
any poison
Connor
on
and
it,
his
right?
brother and say the next person that steps out of the hand, they're not
but
only
this
getting an
gets a
8-time
counter on
strike,
the
but we're
next
going to call
flip,
Connor and his
so-
brother and they're going to come whoop your ass on
I
live.
forgot to put it on for every spell.
And you know they would if they were teaming up.
But I could do it now.
I can't say it.
Have a certain combo that doesn't.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm terrible at Magic
I
together.
know what
Just
you
do the
were
cycle
referencing.
damage, you do it. You get the same amount of back and forth. Doesn't change the game state, doesn't do anything. But it's just this.
Infinite redundancy?
Yeah. That'll pad my stats, right?
Yeah, no. I am
yes.
not doing
Is it
that.
yes?
I heard the yes.
I did too.
And then I heard the no and regret.
I'm gonna make this.
Teach you how to play stuff you don't.
Stuff. I love silver.
Smash 3.
The brass
Lot
counter.
1 for
I think it's M21, right? Yeah. Is there, I think there's one more that's like that.
There's something grievous.
No,
It's an infinite.
Token on his card?
He's using these as
accept
rebels.
I see.
I create a game state we can't get out of.
From here, it kind of looked like a diamond.
Well, I guess it's a draw.
3-2.
I'll make Pat do that.
Guilty conscience.
Hey Pat, I'll make a game
the
so
only
that
one you
won't
can want.
stop. And it just ends in a draw because we cannot interrupt the problem.
Recruit him.
Yeah.
With these two.
I mean,
I did see a combo the other day that was like that, where it's just
This is
like
5 that's getting through for
first
sure.
make sure
This
that
is
you have
2?
more cards
Yeah, this
in
is
your
5 damage going through no
deck,
matter what.
then the player has life.
Unless you
Because
have
if
a
not,
really
it'll
cool
kill
white
you
card that
first.
I'm
But it wipes your deck out and does 1 damage to each creature for every card it exiles off the top.
Trading here.
And it's just like, I hope you guys aren't trying to do that for the show.
There was a
Because
standard
we
combo
keep stats on
There's
it.
a couple of standard combos right
from Ixalan that would end it in a draw with, I think, Polyraptor. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Which
wish.
raptor?
I wanted to see what.
Every time it did a damage, you'd, I think, create a copy of it.
Doubles the copy, yeah.
Copy, and then whenever it entered, another dinosaur created trigger would dealt damage to it.
When you
So
got it,
just
you got it.
constantly
But
create
But it
another
didn't
one.
do any damage.
So this guy,
But yeah, but you couldn't stop it, so it ended in a drawing.
Cathic, the really crappy rare that was in Brick Scales 1.
Sure.
If you use him with any creature, when you sack it, if you use this Prowling Geist Catcher, whenever you sack a creature, if it was a token, put a 1/1 on it. So and then this guy says that when you sack a creature, you get a dig for the next creature.
or continually kill himself.
And then you can play Act of Treason. You can sacrifice their creature to use his ability,
You just swing up.
and then you'll get their creature back because it doesn't hit the grave. It exiles, and when it comes back, it's yours permanently until the game ends.
Does it
So
say
they
it comes
can't ever
back
get
under
it back.
controllers?
So it's just like, it is a way to get rid of all of the indestructible. Use Conjure's Closet with it.
Does it say it comes back under the controllers?
Normally it would, but because it said if it were to go to the graveyard, exile it instead, and then put it back on
Not
your
like
side
him.
of the battlefield.
Like this is still
So
going
does
to
it-
damage
does it
anyways,
say-
but if you
But it has nothing
somehow
to do with Act of
stabilize, it's
Treason
better
at
for you
that
not to.
point.
Right, but does it say it comes back into play under the controller's control?
Yeah, the two that we're working
had to
with
read
is
him.
Gothic, Crucible Goliath,
So
and then this guy are the two that make it happen.
Because if it doesn't
All
say
those
it
arena
comes back
games
under the
getting,
controller's
like,
control,
It comes back
then it comes
into
back
the
under the
owners.
owner's control.
Mr. Christopher won.
See, and I'm on the blue team, so I'd have to create a tricolor deck to run it.
I need this.
Chris, GG. Yeah, really good game.
Hey guys, it's Buddy with MTG Casual Commander at the Regional Championship Qualifiers, and we have a second winner today. It's Chris. Can you tell us a little bit about how you pulled this off today? Did you just slide right through? Was it easy? Did you have a couple of challenges?
Oh, my seal pull was not that great. I definitely lost in my seal to 3 mythics back to back. That was great.
Oh, that was awesome.
New Sword, the Wandering one, and then Phyrexian Vindicator. So if you can beat those all back to back cast, while your mana flooded only have 6 spells, 9 lands in play, and your opponent's just like,
You gotta wipe down all the
yeah, I mean, I guess it's pretty good. But the draft was really interesting. The person to my left, after I fed them 4 Nihilane Blairs, I fed them all the good black cards, all the good black-red, black-green cards. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna force the blue-white artifact deck. And I'm like, that's weird, because I'm literally the blue-white artifact deck. So I got, in pack 2, I got cut out of Cephalopods. But at 16 2-drops or lower, I had Veil of Assimilation, I had Unctus. That guy's massive, there's no dealing with Unctus, so.
No dealing with this.
So we got that.
So did you have fun? I mean, are you looking forward to going to Texas and doing all of that?
I get to see all my boys. So yeah, I mean, I moved here from Miami, so within the last half year or two for work.
So you're making a big.
So I just had to see all my friends again. That all queue from Florida. So to me, it's great. I get to see my brother at DreamHack.
Oh, that is awesome. Well,
Oh, yeah.
you're spectacular to watch. I'll tell you that. He's been entertaining all weekend, both days. He won this, Nate. If you wanna zoom in on this a little bit. And this is his ticket for the championship, regional championship in Texas, and a Phyrexian lanyard that only people that know Phyrexian can read. I don't know.
They actually did
a little key for it.
No, not just the key. They were discussing it actually at the last MTG 30 event in Philly, and they were explaining how Phyrexians speak to each other, and I was like, oh, that's kind of neat.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, it was actually, it was worth listening to while you're driving the car.
Well, you played awesome this weekend. You deserve it. Great job. We look forward to seeing you in the future, man. Thanks a lot, Chris.
Likewise. Have a good one.
You too. Thanks, man.
Hey everybody, we'd like to thank you all for dropping in to watch the event, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe at any point in time here. We all want you on board with us.
Yeah, this is the very last weekend to join one of these qualifying events and find your ticket to Texas. I wish everybody good luck. And they're just to let you know, they're about $40 usually to enter, but that ticket to Texas, if you win it, is definitely worth it. Plus they get a sweet, top 8 pin to show all your friends that you're pretty good at this nerdy game. So we'll see you next time on the very next MTG Casual Commander.
Make sure you check out every single bit of our content on MTG Casual Commander. Let the magic continue.
We're gonna put the blanket over your cage again.
Ooh.
But then I don't know.
Put the lotion in the basket.
There's no clocks in here.
I want to make a lamp out of you.
Put the ATOG lotion on.